Yeah, while not being a huge sports fan anymore, the rehearsal dinner was actually in a skybox at Michigan Stadium, the big
holy
house.
Shit, that's really cool.
And then they had an hour for us to go down onto the field and play football, toss the ball around.
No shit.
Yeah, it was sort of cool.
Oh my god.
It was really fun being on like the fake turf field with all the little black pellets that spray everywhere and stuff. Yeah. I was in heels, but it was all right.
That's awesome. Welcome to the Insignificants, the oral history of Darling Waste, episode 25. This is Sorry Even Matters, track 7 off of our 2005 album, The Manifest Destiny Rebellion. I am your host, Lance. With me, as always, is my host, Jaime. Hello.
Hello. Thanks for having me back.
This is episode 25, by the way, milestone episode.
I love that.
Isn't that crazy?
We're a quarter of the way there. I don't know what there is.
Too many. As always, please give us a like and follow on Spotify and YouTube, as this helps us reach people. Our Spotify numbers are horrible. Our YouTube numbers are fine. But I think the 3 people who are listening on Spotify has gone down to like 2 now or something. So like
maybe
Spotify,
they switched over to YouTube.
Could be.
I mean, come on, we're the number 1 podcast on the street I live on.
Yeah,
nobody here is bigger than us.
I can't guarantee that. I have a long street near downtown Cleveland, so there could be podcasts that are larger than us on this street. We are definitely the number 1 podcast discussing Darling Waste for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Until literally anyone else decides to do it. How bad would that be to be not the most important Darling Waste podcast? It could easily happen.
I really love that. I love that for us.
Okay. If you enjoy the podcast, the best way to support us is by checking out our merch shop at heartriot.co. It has the latest Darling Waste, Heart Riot, and 1034 merch, as well as merch from my upcoming D&D podcast, which is coming out in like 2 weeks. So, okay. I have a couple things that I was thinking about this week while I was editing. So I just put out an episode today. It's the Chain of Seasons 2 episode. And while I was listening to it, I had a couple thoughts. I'd like to start keeping track of how many shows that I've played up to this point. So by the end of this, I could have like a pretty close-ish idea, because I don't have an idea of how many we played. I make up numbers like more than 700. I don't know if that's actually true or not.
Do you want to put a guess on the record? Like counting the beans in a jelly bean jar?
I think from looking at 2004, I think it's going to be less than what we've been saying. I think it's going to be close to, I'm going to say like 550.
That's a good number.
Because I think at one point we were saying that we played almost 1,000 shows, and I don't think we're close to that. I think we probably booked 1,000 shows. I just don't think we played close to that.
You've played 1,000 power chords a night.
Yeah, and I want to keep track of that, and I'm also going to start keeping track of how many people have been in the band. So I have made a spreadsheet.
And by the way, can we say that that'll be really useful when somebody wants to restart a Darling Waste Wikipedia page? Because we'd had a really good one going for a long time.
You did, and then we got attacked by a guy who seems, all intents and purposes, pretty normal. But like he had I think it was a Twitter, and it was, and every now and then he had this thing called "Your Wikipedia page sucks" was his like thing he did, and he would just randomly dig through Wikipedias until he found something that wasn't attributed enough, and then submit it to be deleted. So and he got our page. He was just like a Wikipedia police. I do have it though. I found it on the Wayback Machine. So we could just copy paste and put it back on, and then tweet at him and be like, "Fuck you."
Well, and we can update the citations. I don't think we can probably cite our own podcast, but could somebody else cite our podcast as a question if we were
I see what you're
Wikipedia
saying.
Author?
Like according to them, they said this.
Yeah.
And here's the attribution.
Right.
Darling Waste was the biggest band of third wave emo period.
Right, because I remember there being problems with our Wikipedia page because I was both doing stuff in the band, mentioning the page, but also the chief updater of the page, and that was looking self-serving.
Yeah, and so the only thing that I had a problem with is he, I don't know if you or I don't think I ever updated the Wikipedia page, probably you, but anyway, somewhere on it mentioned Captain Danger, on the Wikipedia page. And so he was like, yeah, they even have the fucking dog mentioned like it's an important fact of this band. And he's like, and who names their dog Captain Danger anyway? And I like wrote to him, I'm like, you may pull my page down, sir. You may bespeak, my band. You may shit on my history, but how dare you make fun of my dog's name? And he's like, I'm just joking. I'm like, I'm just joking too. I don't give a fuck about any of this. So he actually seems like a pretty nice guy. And he did apologize. He's like, this is just a bit I do. I didn't, really, usually they don't take them down, and it's just like a joke. I'm like, I don't care. Let's talk about the numbers for the first 3 years of Darling Waste that we've covered so far. 2002, we played a show. We played one acoustic show, Peabody's main stage at the new Peabody's. Darling Waste never played Peabody's Down Under. And then 2003, we played 3 shows. No, yeah, 3 shows. We played the LGBTQ Center with You, the Margaret Catcher. We played the 1034 Girls versus Boys concert. And then we played a October Darling Waste acoustic show with you and with 5th of October. So 4 shows in the first basically year. And then it all goes crazy. 2004, we actually played 40 shows even. So it's for a total of 44. We had booked many more on that tour. So that's, and it's crazy too, because even that first year, we played with Something Corporate, the Suicide Machines, Dashboard Confessional, the Misfits, Punchline, Bayside, Much the Same. It's like, Jesus Christ, Bayside again.
It's funny how many of these bands I just saw on a poster for, I don't know if it was Riot Fest or something, right? But Suicide Machines was on it definitely, and like.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually told my wife, I'm like, if these it is Riot Fest, I think, and I was like, if these 5 bands are all playing the same day, I'm going to go to Chicago. They're probably not. They're probably going to be over 3 days. But if by some chance those 5 bands are playing, I will go. So that's that. Member count now me and you had talked about this, and I've decided that I'm not going to make a call on this. We can have it both ways, because you were saying if they didn't play shows, they're not.
Was Andy Kubashevsky in the band, or was he just a studio musician?
So that's a good question, right? Because he only drummed for like a day or two, right? And he never took a photo with us or anything, but like Nick Garba played on the whole first album, so he's like definitely that's a member, right? Because and then same thing, like Donnie toured with us for a billion years, but never played recorded a song, and so all right, so
should it be the list of people who have played on the album and or played live?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing. Okay. But I made a column for live or recording or both, so we could sort it if we'd like to. That way we'd be like, right, but these people never toured with us, or these people never, they were just a touring member.
And these are the people that were both. That would be an interesting number at the end.
So there's
4, me. By the way, is the answer to that one.
Probably. So there's me. And yes, live, yes, recording, multi-instrumentalist, years active, 2001 to current. I'm going to also do the total show tallies as I do them every year. So that one I have open because I don't know how many shows I've played. Nick Garba. Yes, he played live. Yes, he recorded. He was lead guitar. From 2001 to 2003, he played 1 total show. Eric Balternick. No, he did not play live. Yes, he played on the drums. He was active in 2002, 0 total shows. Jamie Lustig. Yes, live. Yes, recording. Multi-instrumentalist, 2002 to current. I beat you by 1 show.
Nice.
Total shows so far, though, out of our 44, 5. So you're like 11% of our shows.
Yeah, it's really true. Like I played a couple shows in Cleveland and a couple shows on that first tour, and then, and then I played one of your I'm Quitting shows,
the farewell show, right?
Yeah, and then 3 shows down the road.
Shows,
but at least up to this point.
Yeah. So I think you've played like maybe 9 shows.
Yeah, I think that'd be about right.
Yeah, and so I mean, you might keep pace at like 11%. No, it's going to end up being like way less than that. It's going to be like 5%. 1% or something. Yeah. Okay. I put Andy in here He's probably like the one you could argue against, right? Like, yes, he recorded with us. It was probably only like 5 songs or something.
Definitely a session musician.
Yeah, for sure. Right. If you ask him if he was in Darling Waste, he would say no. So maybe I could understand taking that one out if we wanted to take that one out. Henry Glover. Yes Live, no recording. He was our 3rd drummer behind Eric Balternik and Andy Kubachevsky. 2004. He played 12 shows. Henry James maybe plays more shows than you in the history of Darling Waste. He was in the band for like a month and a half.
Well, no wonder we need to keep this band going then, right, just so I can beat that.
You got to climb the ranks. Andy Cook, drummer number 4. Yes Live, no recording. 2004, played 5 shows. Pat Bildstein, Yes Live, no, played bass. 2004, he played 15 shows. At this point, he is our leader, I believe. DJ Adam, who I'm very close to finding out his last name. I just found his band on a CDR, so I feel like I'm close to uncovering who he is. He was our 2nd bass player after Pat. 2004, I believe he played 3 shows. Now, these people are all 2004, and I have not yet totaled their stuff because they haven't left the band chronologically yet. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Jeremiah Martinez is our 3rd multi-instrumentalist behind me and you. He played keys and acoustic for us, and I think electric guitar as well. Al Ladon is our 5th drummer in 2004. Donnie becomes our 6th drummer in 2004.
So this is just becoming Spinal Tap, right?
Yeah. Which is funny because then we calm down on drummers and go bananas on lead guitarists. Then we haven't met them yet, but I also have Greg 2, Dana, and then Mark and Evan, who were in New York with us.
Well, and then what about all the extra people on the first album?
Like who?
You must have had some other people besides Eric,
maybe
Nick, myself, yourself, and
there was
Andy.
A girl that played flute.
Okay, so was she in Darling Waste?
No, because it's not an instrument you play. That's the thing.
It's not even an instrument. Let's be honest.
If you're playing like a string thing, that's not, or like if you're playing orchestral instruments and not rock instruments, right? I think that's a good.
So you're not counting the guys from Cleveland Studio Music on this album, then?
No. Okay. That's definitely a hired day musician. So I think we are making the argument that Andy should not be in this list. I think I think we're making that argument.
Well, and I think let's be honest. Andy is a multi-platinum selling songwriter.
You need to pay him, right?
I don't know if you paid him or if you did it as a favor to me, or if I paid him because you were broke.
All right, I'm gonna take Andy out of this.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah, but it's okay. Andy's gone. So now I don't think just yet Greg the Bunny has made it into the podcast. He's about to. So as of right now, we are at 12 members from basically 2004. Like we had 12 members. So
it's reasonable for a band starting out.
It doesn't get any better. It just goes bananas. So so that's that. Do you like?
But here's a question: was there ever a Darling Waste show where you didn't play?
I wish. I tried to talk Justin. No, actually, okay. I would argue several times.
You were there in body but not spirit.
No, I no-showed our. This is a little bit of a spoiler. Our first CD release show for the Manifest Destiny Rebellion at the Knitting Factory. I no-showed that. I mean, we can talk about that, but I think part of my cool guy aloofness was just I had mental issues and wasn't copping to that. And I don't know if people knew and were being nice or people just thought I was like the erratic rock guy, but I just couldn't make myself get up and get dressed and go to this fucking show. I just could not do it.
Yeah, I think you've had pretty intermittent depression over your career.
Yeah, and I think it was just anxiety, and it was cold, and I knew I had to like get up and get dressed and walk like 10 blocks to a subway, and then get on a fucking subway, and then go find this thing where everyone was waiting. I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. There's no.
Did the band
way.
play without you? Do you know?
They played. They did. They just jammed and like made up songs and shit. So,
gosh, I think then you on the Wikipedia entry where it shows like the bars of when people were in the band, there's a 1 day gap for you.
Yeah, and then at least twice, without even thinking about it hard, I have quit Darling Waste, and every member of Darling Waste has continued on with a new name, with a new singer. That's happened at least twice. So I have a question. Are you?
I'm just laying back in my chair.
It's a relaxed podcast today.
I'm gonna put my feet up here.
This is the question. So your last show with us was at that amphitheater
in this year.
Yeah, of this era. Yeah. And then the very next show, it looks like Donnie was our drummer, and Donnie moved in with me, I swear to God, like that week or something. But you and Donnie never overlapped. Is that correct?
The only time we overlapped was that one reunion or farewell show.
Yeah, okay. That's wild. Because, like, literally, you missed, like, your last show. The very next show, I think, was Donnie's first show. So it's just like, and it was only a week later.
Right. Like I remember, Donnie playing softball in the parking lot of the 1034 Club. And like, we were definitely like around you at the same time, but just not in the band at the same time. Yeah.
Very, very fast. I don't know how that happened. Like now, with me, like things take years to materialize. So I can't believe it's just like, yeah, we switched drummers and played a show 6 days later. Right now, if someone's like, do you want to switch drummers? I'm like, well, we'd have to make a list of drummers and over the next 6 months talk to them and then
I sort of remember you crash coursing Donnie in the stuff to get ready for that show. Yeah.
That's my guess. Yeah. Okay. That was a question. And then, so Jeremiah, also, this is something I've realized. I want to talk to Jeremiah about this. Jeremiah just keeps popping up in the band, and I think he did 3 stints, which I am shocked about. Because at this point, Donnie and Jeremiah are in the band, and this is when we get Greg the Bunny on bass. Mm-hmm. So Greg the Bunny, I do not know his last name because we called him Greg the Bunny. Bunny was from Strongsville. And he just answered an ad on MySpace. Do you remember him at all?
I sure I do if I saw a picture, because certainly I know the name.
Yeah,
well.
So he was he had just graduated high school, and he was kind of jockey. Like he's kind of like muscular and athletic. He played soccer, but then liked this burgeoning emo punk rock movement. He let me shave his head to a mohawk, which was real fun. Really great guy. My favorite story from him is he does go on a tour with us, which is strange. Not now, but in like a year, he rejoins and goes on a tour. And to pick up girls, he was a very attractive guy, and he was so lazy about it. We would just go into any place, like a Walmart or a Family Dollar or what the fuck ever, to get some stuff. He would just find someone and go, say if we're in like Goshen, Indiana, he would just stretch and go, ugh. So this is Goshen, huh? And the girl like, excuse me? He's like, this is Goshen, Indiana? And they're like, yeah. He's like, oh, that's crazy. I've never been here before. I'm in a rock band. We're a touring rock band. I'm a touring rock musician. I've never been here before. And they're like, oh my God, I can show you around. He's like, that'd be great. Let me get your number. It's just like so blatant, but it worked so well.
I love that.
At one point, he was so bored with it. He was hitting on a girl and spraying Cheese Whiz into his mouth, and it still worked. He's like, so we're in Chicago, huh?
Although if you ask my wife, if some girl came up to me spraying Cheese Whiz in her mouth, I probably would go for that too.
Go for it. Yeah. So he was very, very good at picking up the ladies. Other things I want to talk about before we jump into the song. We're getting to the end of 2004, and I found a couple other little things. One, I did find out for sure that November 1st is when we started at the new concert club when we moved. Scene Magazine on October 20th said that we were leaving, that we were taking a short break for the end of October, and the DIY Punk venue has relocated to 5310 West 161st Street near Hopkins Airport, and they're reopening November 1st. So There we go. We have proof that happened. I also found a couple things. Labels had started talking to us at this point already, which is crazy because that first album, not great.
That's one adjective for it.
Right. So we had a label called No Alternative Records. I looked them up. Now, you're thinking, oh, I've heard of that. No. You've heard of No Alternative, that CD that every single person on the planet owned. Do you remember that CD?
I don't know.
Yeah. Let me look it up. There's a CD called No Alternative. I want to say you could get it. I might be making this up, but I think you could get it at like Taco Bell, maybe. No Alternative is an alternative rock compilation album. It was for AIDS awareness.
Oh, okay.
Soul Asylum covered sexual healing.
But do you think they chose that on purpose for the AIDS awareness? Like I don't know. Like
that's a really good
too
point.
On the nose for me.
So Matthew Sweet is on it. Buffalo Tom, Soul Asylum, Urge Overkill, the Goo Goo Dolls, Pavement, the Smashing Pumpkins, Bob Mould, Sarah McLachlan, Soundgarden, Beastie Boys, The Breeders, Sonic Youth, Patti Smith, not Smythe, and the big one was Nirvana, and all of them were B-sides. Everything on there was something you had never heard before. It was literally, it was 1992.
Oh, that was an early release. It was early 90s.
Yeah, it was 1992. Oh, wow. So that's No Alternative. I used to have that CD. But anyway, there's this No Alternative Records. I believe they were out of Minneapolis. And I looked them up, and it's really funny because this would have been September of 2004 they hit us up. They basically existed from 1989 to roughly mid-2005. So we definitely did okay not signing to them. So, I don't know. But I totally forgot about this. October 3rd, we went, and this was me, Donnie, Jeremiah, and Bunny. We went to the grog shop in the middle of the day because there was a new record label called Rust Records.
I remember this.
Do you remember this? Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was us and Between Home and Serenity and Ruach Kaloum and then just a bunch of other bands. So we walked into the grog shop, and it was the new grog shop. It was the first time I think I've ever been in the new grog shop. I almost
feel like that might have been the only time I ever played at the new grog shop. I feel like.
Wait, did you play this show?
I wonder if Margot Catcher did, because I feel like we played a daytime show.
I thought you meant with Darling Waste. I'm like,
no, I think I might have played it with Margot Catcher.
Maybe, yeah. So we went, and it was the new grog shop, and there was no one there, and the guys from Rust Records were sitting at a table, and they were watching the bands, and it was our turn. I think we only got 3 songs or something like that. And as soon as we started playing, lunch got delivered. And they brought in these sub sandwiches, and they turned and they talked to the people delivering the sub sandwiches for all 3 of our songs, and then said, "Okay, thanks." And it was insanely demoralizing. I do remember, should I do something nuts to, get their attention? Do I flip the table? Do I swing from the rafters? And I just gave up and didn't do shit. And so they signed Between Home and Serenity was their first big signing. I looked them up today, too, and they folded, I think, 9 months later. I remember Between Home and Serenity was pissed. I think they gave them something like $3,000, 1,000 copies of their CD, bottom of van, and said go. And they played all the shows that Rush Records wanted them to play, sold all 1,000 CDs, and then Rush Records said, "Yeah, I don't know, man, we lost a ton of money, sorry." And they're like, "Great." And they're like, "Yeah, and you owe us that money back." So they ended up, I remember they were all, Between Almost Running went from incredibly famous to all of them working at Hot Topic. Just 6 months later, and they were like, "Yeah, we maxed out all of our personal credit cards. Each one of us is $10,000 in debt. We owe the label $7,000, and we don't have any CDs, but we have a van."
And that's crazy. They I'm sure they couldn't afford a good lawyer to pick apart that contract and that bankruptcy request.
Any band that you talk to about Victory Records has the same story, right? So anyway, wanted to bring those up. We talked to 2 labels at the end of 2004. Rust Records had no interest in us, and then we did not have interest in No Alternative. So by the end of that year, we decided to put out the album again on 1034. I think that's good. Good place to stop the Wayback Machine and jump into the song if you're cool with that.
Yeah, it was really interesting prepping for this because I really feel like the Death of the Dreaming version, I think it's on there too, right?
Yeah.
Or was it on the album after that?
I Am Born, yeah.
All right, maybe it's the I Am Born version. It's so embedded in my head. So going back and listening to this version, it's like,
it's strange, right?
This is real different.
Okay, so pause now. This is normally your thing. I'm going to steal your thing. Pause now and go listen to the song if you haven't yet. It doesn't help with copyrights anymore. I get sued by myself every week. So
as well, you should. You deserve it, you bastard.
Me. Yeah. What am I trying to do? So go listen to it. The song is Sorry If It Matters. It's the 7th song on our 2nd album, The Manifest Destiny Rebellion. And then we will listen to it section by section here in a minute. We'll chunk it. I haven't said that in a couple weeks.
I love it. I love it.
So did you remember the song? But did you remember do we play it on the reunion tour?
I feel like we did play it on that recent tour.
We played it a lot, so I probably.
Yeah. I definitely remembered it. Definitely remembered big sections of it. Did not remember this arrangement of it.
Okay, I think that's pretty true for me too. Next month is our 21st anniversary of this album. So for the 20th anniversary last summer, I listened to it a bunch while relearning these parts, and I do remember that intro. I'm like, oh, I haven't played that intro in 1 billion years.
Yeah, I sort of didn't mind it. Is that weird?
No, it's fine. I mean, they've gone to my head. I'd pick the other version, but this one.
I would have liked a little bit wetter effects on the guitar for the intro, but I know we're getting ahead of the listen, but whatever.
Yeah.
We're doing the whole listen without actually listening to it.
We already know it.
We actually prepared this week.
Yeah, right. You can tell that I have nothing to do at work this week because I'm like, listen to all these thoughts I had about Darling Waste instead of my job. But no, this one has more personality probably than the next one. The next one's real polished, but the next one has more energy. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think certainly the next one is cleaner, tighter, blah blah blah. But there's certain something to this one. I mean, if we cut it in half, so it wasn't 5.5 minutes long.
When and where this is recorded, this was a basement of my parents' house.
Mm-hmm.
Who played on it? Did Al play drums on this too?
No, this is Andy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep, Andy playing drums, and then we had my friends from Cleveland Institute of Music do the strings on it.
So wait, so Andy played 2 albums, and we still can't say he was in Darling Waste.
Yeah, I think he's too big for Darling Waste.
I'm gonna write him and ask him.
It's not like he played on both Margot Catcher albums. It's not like he would ever admit to being in Margot Catcher. He played on 2 of Andrea's albums.
I think you're selling Andy short. I bet you he'd be like, fuck yeah.
He'd take credit for everything.
Yeah, he's like, fuck yeah, I did that.
Well, playing on it, yes, but being part of the band, I don't think so.
That makes sense because we'll talk about it, but there is a section of this song in 5/4. Although he did it live, I'm sure.
Nice.
So
I've been working on a lot of 5/8 stuff with my drum teacher as well as 5/4. So compound rhythms. It's been fun.
So for me, and we can talk about this, I guess. We'll hold it. We'll talk about it in the second.
Okay.
So people have a clue what we're talking about.
You just played what sounded good and made everybody else figure it out.
I did 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 is how I count it.
Oh, that's a legit way of doing it, though.
Yeah, that's so I didn't realize. It's
really where the accents are.
Yeah, I didn't realize we were doing it. I'm like, it's 2 measures of 3/4, or 1 measure of 6/8, and then a measure of 4/4. It's kind of how I think of it. Yeah. But Donnie always counted it to 5 each time. So
yeah. So I wonder, were you thinking of it as a 6/4 and a 4/4 measure?
That's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Interesting.
No, actually, I don't think it was 6/4 because I count. It's like 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2. So it's interesting the way it's broken up.
Yeah,
it's almost 3 measures of 3/4 and then 2 measures of 2. I'll let you listen to it and see what you think. Instrument wise, who played on this thing? Was this a lot of you?
So let's see here. You sang on it.
That makes sense.
I apparently, well, you might have done bass. It's hard to know which ones you did bass on and which ones I did bass on.
Right.
Oh, no, I didn't do any bass on this album. So this is you on vocals and bass.
Wow, the bass isn't annoying. That's crazy.
Yeah, good job. Andy did drums, and then I did everything that wasn't vocals, bass, or drums.
Okay, this all sounds like your guitars. So that makes way more. That makes
like it was listening to this. I was like, oh my gosh, I just remember this era of my life from these guitar parts.
Also, I gotta say this: we always get shit because this is the same chord patterns as Fall Out Boy's "Sugar We're Going Down."
Oh, I've never even heard that song.
Yes, you have. But
really,
this song came out a year ahead before it.
Oh,
so
nice.
We were not. I didn't even know that till today. I'm like, let me go look and see.
I'm not sure how much Fall Out Boy I heard until I was renovating this basement, because then I was on like a best alternatives of this decade for like 3 days, and
I don't give a shit about Fall Out Boy. I mean, I think everyone knows that. I don't give a fuck about that band.
Yeah.
But that said, really we're going down in an earlier round. Sugar, we're going down swinging. Yeah, this has the exact same thing that they do. Like,
yeah, no, I ripped that off from Hum. That's 100%.
Yeah, this is definitely
that's Stars.
Us doing Hum. It really is. By the way, this song more than any, because we don't play riffs. I mean, Darling West is not a riff band, but I've played the song 1 billion times. Spoilers for later in the show. We play the song a ton.
Well, now we know how many concerts you've played. 1 billion.
1 billion. And my entire life, when I played this on guitar, for many years I didn't have to play guitar. I just ran around during this song. But when I had to play guitar, I go you see me like when I'm playing, I'm like it's like the closest to like Metallica I get. I'm like riffing the fuck out of this.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go ahead and jump into this bad boy. Which, by the way,
really not a version of this on Death of the Dreaming as well?
No, there's nothing. We don't repeat anything on Death of the Dreaming.
It's really, that's all new.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, is that Better I Swear?
Yeah, Better I Swear is on Death of the Dreaming, and then
okay.
I Am. Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I can see your Word document.
You can see my notes. Yeah, the things I just said. And
people, this is not reality TV. It's 100% scripted. We've written this out. We've spent days and days with a team of writers crafting this fine prose for you to listen to.
We're actually voice actors playing the parts of Jaime and Lance. We spent hours and hours learning their mannerisms.
I think it was really, really close casting.
Yeah, I'm the guy from that wine movie that everyone hates. I'm Paul Giamatti. I'm actually Paul Giamatti. This is all the work I could get.
And I'm Dave Grohl in a dress.
Which he's done. So.
Oh, yeah. I was such a Dave Grohl fan in high school. I had my hair like his. Total idol.
Do you know my Dave Grohl story of meeting Dave Grohl? I didn't meet Dave Grohl.
No, I'm still having trouble reconciling his child by someone else.
First off, I'm going to cut this.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
She had a friend named It's weird because I have a male and a female friend. That was roommate.
Oh my.
My Dave Grohl story is based on them actually, but we were at I don't remember the name of the club. I'm sure it's very easy to Google. It's not the 44 Club. That's Jay-Z's club. But there was some club in New York. There was a bar that I was at with my friend Jesse and my friend Igor. And here's the story. You ready? So Igor was in the women's bathroom taking photos of girls. And so I was just
Igor, a dude, a woman, so non-binary.
Igor was I don't think he's gay, but at the time I think I would have assumed. He ran a blog called lastnightsparty.com where he would just go to these parties and take R to X rated photos with people in the bathrooms because that was the era. It was like the New York sleaze.
It really was.
Yeah. So me and Jesse were waiting.
That's not an excuse, by the way, people, for that behavior.
It's my excuse. Speak for yourself. I was a victim of my circumstances. So me and Jesse were like standing around. The place was packed. Igor's in the bathroom, and there's a line forming because he's in there so long, and I don't drink, but I'm like, I'm going to go up to the bar and like get a soda or something. And so I'm standing there, and the door opens, and everyone's like, ah, and Dave Grohl walks in, and he has like 6 girls with him. And I swear to God, I don't know if he was walking fast or the wind. It looked like he had a fan on him, and his hair was blowing beautifully. And he just removes this velvet rope and goes up a flight of steps. And I was like, oh, shit, Dave Grohl with a bunch of girls. That's wild. I get up to the bar. I order, my soda and apologize and give them like $5 tip because I'm wasting their time. And I'm waiting for it. And I turn, and this is one of the dumbest things I've ever done in my life. I turn, and David Cross is standing next to me, and I love him. And I thought of what to say. And for some reason, I said, holy shit, you're David Cross. And he goes, holy shit, I am, and walked off. And I was like, and then he went upstairs with Dave Grohl. And so then Igor came out of the bathroom, and I said, oh my God, dude, David Cross and Dave Grohl are here. And he's like, yeah, they own the bar, man. I'm like, oh. So, yeah, I was just in their bar that they co-owned, being like, oh my God. So,
what else are you going to do but fangirl?
Not my finest hour, man. Sorry Even Matters is what we're here to talk about. Let's give it a listen, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I wanted something better than this.
Right off the bat, what I am playing live is nothing compared to what you're playing. I have no clue what chords you're playing there.
No idea.
I am just open D up and down the neck when I play this song.
The nice thing is I just dug out all of my notes from all of our sessions. I probably have the tab to these parts.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I mean the sort of cleanish little pre-intro it's an interesting thing. I wish the guitars were wetter. I do like the guitars on the big electric intro. There's some fun little stuff going on.
Also, it's definitely your mix. As soon as I start singing, your guitar gets literally thrown in a corner. It goes from like dead center to just far left. Like, get the fuck out of here, guitar. I'm singing. It's definitely a
yeah,
mix.
very much. I love my hard panning.
All right, here we go with the first verse.
Something missing in your eyes. The light's been gone from them for days and nights. I'm lonely when you go away. Something missing in your smile, something that you want to say to me, but you're afraid to say.
Your guitars are great, the panning's great, your parts are great. I don't even believe that's me on bass. I think we lied. I think it's you. It's so percussive, the bass is, and it doesn't sound like something I would play. I'm much more of a melodic person, and maybe you just made me, but it's an interesting tone too. I will say the funny memory of this first verse is when I started dating Emily, and she went on tour with us as like our merch girl or something. And I got off stage one night, and she goes, "Hey, I wasn't going to say anything. You're fucking the words up to Sorry If It Matters every night, right?" And she's like, "I thought you messed up the one time, but this is like night 4 of the tour, and you're not even close on these words." I'm like, "What?" And I listened. I don't know what I was saying, but it was not the first. And now, I don't remember anymore, but because it's like there's something missing in your eyes. The light's been gone for them for days and nights, are lonely when you go away. And then there's something missing in your smile. Is there something you want to say to me, but you're afraid to say? And somehow, while like thinking of playing guitar, I just said that, is there something you want to say to me that you're afraid to say, like twice or something. I did forget about those lyrics.
You know what? That's how the pros do it.
Yeah. But that was even before we were together. She used to come to a lot of our shows, and I would just see her laughing all the time. And she just was like, "You have no clue what your lyrics are at all." And she's like, "I just know all of your lyrics, and you don't know any of your lyrics, and you just make shit up all the time because you can't retain your lyrics, and it's amazing." I'm like, whatever. I'm not paying attention. I got other shit to think. I got other shit to think about while we're playing. Okay, here's the pre-chorus.
I know you know what it's like to feel alone. You know, I know what it's like feeling alone.
You know, it's funny. I would actually have to go back and count it because I'm so used to playing it. I don't even have to think about it at this point. I feel like I'm counting that first part in 6/4.
Yeah, and if you do it
3, 4,
5, 6, full time like that,
2,
right?
3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2,
3, 4.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
Yeah,
and Donnie does.
I'm counting it full time, but I think you need to count it that way because of where the accents and the energy falls.
Exactly. Because I do it because when I'm playing guitar, I do 1, 2, chicka chicka 1. You know, like that extra thing is just a kind of a pickup thing. But yeah, it's interesting. It's always interesting to see what drummers do on this. Delane had a really fun thing where he's like, it all equals 12 or whatever the fuck it equals, 16. So he just drum filled through the fucking thing. He's like,
fair.
It's like, you know, until we were ready for the chorus.
Fair, right?
Yeah. And then it made it so if he was doing it in 4/4 and doing just fills, and then we were playing in 6/8, you know, then it just made it this like polyrhythmic thing, and it worked fine as long as he wasn't crashing when he thought he should, as long as he was just kind of just doing, you know, just everything gets that single beat and it just goes, you know, that's just
if you
doing
crashed
that
only on 4s,
then it would be weird, right?
Problematic.
Yeah, so that's how he solved this.
Okay.
And Donnie just goes crash, 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 crash.
Yeah. Interesting. You know, it got him through it.
Yeah. So and then Noah did it. Noah's a good drummer. Noah had it, you know, figured out. He was interesting because he was ambidextrous and wrote left-handed but played sports right-handed. Set up the drum set right-handed, but played it left-handed most of the time, but could play it right-handed. So I just couldn't look at him during practice. It was like an octopus. It was, you know, it just whatever worked best. You know, he would be crossed over playing, and then if he filled, he would just come back with a left hand and swim. I'm like, how can your brain do? And
that's great. So I've been watching Sugarfoot, who is Michael Jackson's longtime touring drummer on Drumeo, and his version of Smooth Criminal, he plays it open-handed, but it's not like he's a left-handed drummer on a right-handed kit.
Yeah.
Playing that song opened changes the way you do it in a way that makes it right for that song. It's been really interesting sort of learning his approach to that song, because it wouldn't be right if you crossed over. It just doesn't have the same sound to it.
Okay, ready to get to the chorus?
Let's do the chorus.
And I don't know, and I'm not sure if sorry is good enough anymore. I don't know, and I'm not sure if sorry even matters.
Sounds good.
I don't like those guitar parts.
No?
I feel like the main rhythm ones need to be a little, occasionally have some chugginess to them. They're just a little too constant layer throughout, and then it relies on the two high lead lines. Okay. And I don't feel like it has the heaviness and weight that it needs. So I'll be interested to hear the later version to see what we do.
No, I agree. I think like when we allow you to flex on verses and then allow me to get to it on choruses, it's when it's the best. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think, your ability to play, I don't know, just better chords and find better counter melodies and find the breath in things and the artistic, way of producing and arranging is great. And then I think sometimes we just need to and then suck it all in and play power chords and add a string section in and get huge, as big as you fucking can for the chorus, Yeah,
this was just too noodly for me.
Yeah.
And then it had this just constant drone of fuzz in the background on the rhythm guitars. And those rhythm guitars needed some definition in the actual hits that they were doing. It's just, it wasn't powerful enough.
Nope, I totally agree. Ready to head on to the second verse here?
You better believe it.
Missing in my life. Is there something I should take if taking something takes this pain away? Something missing in my life. Is there something I should say if saying something makes you say you'll stay? And I know you know what it's like to feel alone. I know what it's like feeling alone.
So a couple things. One, these are both just live thoughts, not so much the recording. That thing you wrote, that I think Daniel, our guitarist, that was maybe his favorite thing to play live.
Aww.
He just like I was always his favorite part of the show, you could tell. And then one thing that Donnie does coming out of that pre-chorus there is that I keep waiting for, and maybe it's in the next version. Maybe he gets it from that. If that case, then we owe it to Noah, I guess. But he goes, feeling alone, and I don't. Yeah, there was always a, and I was like, oh, that wasn't there. It just goes,
right, because the other fill is that triplet fill.
Yeah. So, but here we go. Even I am like, we can cut part of this.
Right?
I am
so
ready for it.
Long.
Yeah, because why didn't we just go? Even if we
why did you start
right
with the vocals?
Yeah, just I want it. Yeah, I was waiting for it, and then it went down. I'm like, oh my god, why do we take so long on that? And then live we started taking this even bigger. And that's what's on. That's why this part right here is why we re-recorded it for I Am Born, because we hated dropping it back down here. So we put a breakdown. It's like one of the only breakdowns Sterling Waits has is
I remember recording that on the next one.
Yeah. But and then during that part, Andrew on his bass and the back of it had written free wah with every 3 chugs, and we go and throw it up
that's amazing.
So all right, anyway, here we go.
I don't know, and I'm not sure if sorry is good enough anymore. I don't know, and I'm not sure if sorry
we hold that way longer live. And he goes, sorry even matters. 1, 2, 3. So many times. I think I have footage somewhere of us going, sorry even matters. 1, 2, fuck. Donnie just came in early every time. Screamed fuck and just kept playing. Like, we had this so many times. Donnie had trouble finding that one. So what's going on with your guitar there? I know it's probably just an effect from like a pod or something, but is that just reverb? Is there chorus on it too? What's giving it that attacky sound?
So I think it is probably a direct in through whatever plugins we use. There's a little bit of maybe chorus or certainly some delay and stuff, but it's just does not sound like it was recorded through a good clean amp and compressed right. It's a little, I don't love the sound of the clean at the beginning of the song or this part.
It also sounds like the Twin Peaks theme a little bit.
Oh, like, interesting
to me. Yeah, like yeah. All right, let's listen to the end. There's still a minute left though.
And I don't know, and I'm not sure if sorry is good enough anymore. And I don't know, and I'm not sure if sorry even matters. I don't know, and I'm not sure if sorry is good enough anymore. I don't know, and I'm not sure if sorry even matters.
Man, I'm singing a harmony line. I think either you did a hell of a job mixing it to make it sound like I'm singing with my full chest, or I'm hitting notes that I have no chance of hitting right now. Okay. So my last thing about we've played the song 1 million times. We've played the song almost every show. This is a absolute Darling Waste show standard for us. I'm sure there were tours we didn't play it, but not many.
It's a pretty solid song.
That last time through when we do the double chorus, if I was not playing guitar, I will be grown up enough to admit this. I stole this move 100% from Kill Hannah. It's the coolest fucking thing. He did it on that song Kennedy. I wanna be a Kennedy. They have a double chorus in their song, which I probably took the double chorus for Sorry If It Matters from Kennedy. And the last time they do it, he puts his foot on his mic stand and like gets it underneath it and kicks it up to his hand and then just puts it full mic stand over his hand and is pumping while singing, mic stand over the hand, mic in the other hand. And I have done that 500 times. And it has that same reaction every time. Everyone goes, oh my God, this, it just, I don't know what it is about holding a microphone stand over your head and then sometimes pointing it out over the crowd while singing. Everyone's just like, they're a real band. Like,
exactly. That's exactly it. It's such a move.
Yeah, and it's such a thing to do that everyone goes, oh, shit, these guys mean business. And this song has gone from, sometimes we opened with it, a lot of times it was second. Then it became our closer for years and years and years. And then it got put in the middle of the show by the end of our career. It became the after changing the seasons second half of the show.
Well, it's nice to have enough songs too that you don't have to have a specific song slotted into a specific part of the show because it's the only song you have that works in that role.
We have genres of songs for sure. Like we have songs that I think are openers. We have songs. It's almost like a baseball lineup to me. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of like second slot people, and then I My favorite, I think, number 2 of all time now, though, is the song that we play on this show every time, the When the Ball Drops. Mm-hmm. I love that second. You can play whatever little poppy song gets everyone excited, and then just give them the meat and potatoes of this 5-minute cathartic insanity. And then, a lot of times it'd be like, and now... I don't know what we go. I Will Be Fine. Tour vans, are going to follow those up. So yeah, but anyway, Sorry If It Matters. Always that 5th or 6th song for me out of 10, or 9 or 10. So that is the song. Can I show you how far away this song gets from God by the end of our career?
Yes.
Okay. I found a video of it. Yeah. So this is just a clip of us doing Sorry If It Matters in 2014. I just can't believe when I go back and listen to the actual song, how far I am from the actual melody lines now.
Yes, but I love it.
Yeah, I'm like, this.
I think if we had done this in the second verse, like change that melody line up, that would have been sick.
Now, I just get into freeform avant-garde jazz singing at this next part.
Oh, Adam.
Yeah, it's... anytime you can yell, "Come on, boys," in a song, and then do a little dance. I was showing Sabrina, and she's like, "God, that's just your dance." She's like, "You always did I'm driving the car, I'm pumping my fist." I'm like, I don't know why. She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "I'm like, what a dumb dance." She's like, "No, but you do it every time." So there you go. Just wanted to show you a little bit of how far from God that song gets. And that was definitely in the height of like, I have a 5-piece band. We're touring constantly. I'm just running around on stage. I'm not playing any instruments. No one needs that version of Darling Waste.
I don't know. The energy was good.
Give me an acoustic guitar and make me stand still. I'm wearing a blue bandana around my neck, a Givenchy shirt, some Italian sneakers, and red, black and white everything. And yeah, what an idiot. All right, so... what do you think of the recording? Give up, re-record, remix, remaster, good as is, actually happy?
I'd re-record.
Yeah, that'd be great, wouldn't it? If you could only make one change to this version of the song, what would it be? And did we do it when we made the third change?
Even though it's too long and some of the parts are whatever, I actually really would look at the guitar parts in that chorus and make it a heavier, bigger, crunchier, more aggressive chorus. I feel like the song sweetens up a little too much and gets a little too it's actually underproduced compared to what I like about the earlier parts.
Let me ask you this, because this is my change, but maybe it doesn't make sense. So the next time we record this song on I Am Born, it's the one where we were playing more live, which is dropping the down, 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 down completely and adding in the breakdown in the middle. Is there a world where I should have taken the second quiet part out and put the breakdown in, but kept the beginning part and just made it this natural progression from quiet to loud, and not that intro part never repeats?
So you just hear the, I wanted something better than this.
Just the one time at the beginning, it never comes back to that.
I sort of like that intro in the way it then sets up when it hits. So I don't think that would have been a bad move to split.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I think it's just a little more interesting.
Yeah.
I think that's not what we were wanting to do at the time. At the time we wanted a rock song, so I get it. But I think it would have been more interesting. That's my thought. Is the song too long for Jamie? At
yes.
5 something? It's too long for me, so it has to be too long for you. At 5:30, we could have cut.
I think songs with a bunch of different parts can go past 4 minutes, and this probably is right on the edge of being able to go over 4 minutes for me.
What bands or artists influenced this song? Hum, for sure.
For my guitar parts on the real intro.
I can still hear some Our Lady Peace in the production. And then I think Kill Hannah for sure was on my mind. This could have fit on the first record. It's still in that 90s rock vein.
Yeah, it certainly would have been one of the absolute standouts of that record if it was on there. Sure. But I think it could have fit. Yeah.
I think the song is very close to like a Fairy Under Finger, where it starts with like the "If I Talk to God tonight," it's a jing 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 boom pa 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 pa. It's definitely in that. It's a spiritual successor. It's the better version of that type of song that I want to write.
All right, I'll give you that.
And then the last thing is, what do we think its legacy is? Classic, single, album cut, demo, or throw it away, kill it with fire?
Relative to this album, it could be a single. Relative to your oeuvre, I'd say it's a demo.
Yeah, I think for this album, it's an album cut is right where it belongs.
Okay.
Okay. I think that is it on that song. Someone mentioned that I don't talk about lyrics at all. We always just talk about the production. I'm trying to think if there's anything in this song that is worth talking about, and there's not. It's not a super personal song or anything cool. It's definitely, at least I stick to the thesis though. Like there's something
unlike last time.
I've noticed there's something wrong with you. You're not smiling. The light's gone. I wanted something better than this, and I don't think sorry was going to matter anymore. And there's something missing in my life, and I wish I could take something or say something and make it better. So at least it is a coherent thought of a song, right? Relationships breaking down song. I don't remember this song being intensely personal when I wrote it. I'm sure it was about an argument or something, but it definitely, the lyrics serve their purpose. There's nothing. They're not too deep, right? I think that's it for this. Do you want to get to our classic segment of recommending things?
I would love to, except been so busy this week, I have no recommendations.
Okay.
So, but what do you have for us?
You can read. You want to just read mine because I wrote it out like a script.
Oh yeah, let's see here. Just, I'm not even going to try to do a Lance voice. I'm still deep into my mystery movies and shows. I'm still deep into my mystery movies and shows. I watched the third Knives Out movie, Wake Up, Dead Man, way better than the second. It was fun, too long. The protagonist shows up at minute 38. And I'm about halfway done with the first and only season of The Residence, a show about murder at the White House. It has a good ensemble cast, and I've never seen a more detailed and just massive recreation of every room in the White House. I assumed it was the same Oval Office they used in everything since the second X-Men movie, but it's for sure its own thing. Have you ever looked at a list of shows that have used that X2 Oval Office? I think it was built for that movie. Dave, and then this is what happens when you read something and you have no idea what the accents is or where the sentences are going emotionally.
In your defense, I did capitalize the word Dave for no reason.
And then it dawned on me what the movie was, and I actually just ordered the DVD of it from eBay not that long ago. Yeah.
Oh, no,
what about
I was going to explain when the president dies and the guy has to...
Yeah, Sigourney Weaver.
Yes.
Sigourney fucking Weaver.
They built the, I believe, they built that White House set for Dave, and they used it for all the West Wing, X2, and everything since then. It's just sitting there. Yeah. But yeah, so that's my recommendation. Thank you, Jamie.
You're very welcome. Thank you for giving me that opportunity.
And it's funny because if you read it the way you're supposed to read it, you can get through it in 35 seconds. That would have taken me 12 and a half minutes. We would have mentioned every single member, every actor in X2, and if we think they're coming back for Doomsday.
And of course, let's put it out there. X3 was the better movie of those first three. I stand by that.
I stand by that too. There's a lot of problems with it, but it's still the best of the three.
And it's not Bryan Singer, so we're all coming out cleaner that way.
Yeah. I mean, there's some dumb lines in it and stuff, but overall, the thing is, it was the first time in a movie where they lined up the bad guys on the left, lined up the good guys on the right, and had them run at each other like a splash page. That's all you need.
There was so much about, as much as I hate Bryan Singer, there was so much about those first two movies. It was like, okay, who's ever working on this is sort of getting comic books in a way that was still relatively new at that point, but they're just so... The arcs are so bad. The emotional arcs of those movies are so bad. And it's like every other Bryan Singer movie. They're just terrible with the emotional arc. So the third one, it was like, movie, yeah.
Yeah,
and I'm okay with that for a comic book movie.
No, absolutely. Okay. Well, that's it for this week. Next week, we're doing Tour Vans and Neurosis. Ooh. Another staple, another classic Darling Waste song. All right. Well, thank you very much for hanging out with me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
I will see you not next week, but probably the week after then.
Sounds great. Love you, man.
All right. Love you. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.